We got an insomniac with eyes wide shut.
How much do you spend in a given year on domestic dating?
Too much. I know that you're starving for something you can't touch. Would you be honest with me right now?
What's the cost of international dating? I mean, it's funny. I hear guys that'll call me up dating and they'll say, "Oh, John, I think I've heard it was like $30,000 or $50,000 to if you actually are going to bring a woman over and do all that." And it's nowhere near that. But men, they have no idea sometimes what the actual numbers are. So we want to talk a little bit about that. We have a poll question out there, which is about how much do you spend in a given year on domestic dating? Think about it. And you really got to think about it, guys, okay? I was talking with Kirk, one of our senior producers back there. I don't know, Kirk, what do you think you were blowing a year in domestic dating? It was pretty close to 10K or so, wasn't it? Yeah. So, $10,000 a year. That was back in the Chicago area that he was spending. And I'll bet you it's more than that because he's probably not counting gas. He's probably not counting all these other things that you just got to think about. So I'll bet you it's closer to 12 to 13, 14,000 a year that he was spending on dating, just going out and dating. And that wasn't like a vacation. That wasn't trips or anything. That was just going to the bars or to the restaurants or whatever it is. So when you start doing the math, you're probably spending
and he
at
didn't
least
try
$10,000.
to get married, right? He was just like dating for fun.
No, I think he was trying to find the right one. What were you doing, Kirk? Was it just a little
Explain
both?
us
Was it
here.
a little both? Business and pleasure. All right, a little both. Okay. Guys, if you ever really want to go in depth on your own circumstances and exactly how you want to go about it and what you think that's going to cost, call up and talk to us, and we'll talk about the different ways you can do it. We have so many different vehicles that you can use and so many different levels that it can really be different for different people depending on the vehicles they choose, whether it's, say, a group tour, individual tour, executive service. So you have those costs that you would pay to have people help facilitate and help meet and help move through the process. And then once you meet the woman, what are those costs of getting her back here? What's the cost to do a fiancé visa? Those kind of things. And we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. Let's talk a little bit about what it costs to actually do this. So let's pretend you meet the woman of your dreams, right? Whether you did it with a VIP or executive service, whether you did it with a group tour, or whether you did it with a individual club or something like that. Let's say you meet the woman of your dreams. Now what? What are you looking at financially to bring her back over? So what's involved after you meet Dina?
So before, it was only one opportunity to work with attorney. You have to have attorney to fill all your papers, or it will be like a lot of paperwork. So, and it was cost with, I don't know, $5,000 maybe? I'm not sure, maybe less.
Yeah, less than that.
About that. Now, so much opportunities. You can fill out everything online yourself.
Yeah.
So, and send it to the girl by FedEx or wherever. She just needs to sign it, and that's it.
Really not
That's
that
saving.
complicated. So there's different options. Let's say that you decide to do it yourself, like Dina's talking about. We give you a do-it-yourself fiancé visa kit if you do any of those things like the club or the group tour, right? So you get that, so you don't pay for that. And if you follow those directions and you do everything right, then you're going to pay about a $550 government fee to process the K-1 visa. We're talking about a fiancé visa. Then you're going to have about, maybe a couple $100 in embassy fees for the interview and the medical, right? So you have a medical and an embassy fee. Call it $300 for those two things, right? So now you're at $55 plus $5,800. Then, once she gets her visa, she'll have to come here, right? So you're looking at another, $1,200 for an airline ticket, let's say. All right, so now we're at 550 plus the 300, so that's 850 plus the 1,200. So call it, maybe $2,200, $2,300, somewhere in that range is where you're going to be if you do it yourself. If you hire an attorney to help you with the paperwork, And guys, you want to make sure you do it right, because if you don't do it right, they're going to kick it out, and then it could take another 6 months.
Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides. Interested? Learn more at cityofbrides.com. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new. City of Brides.